All right, word problem practice for systems of equations. I'm going to help you guys get started and then walk you through the rest of the worksheet, and then you can work. For each situation, write two equations. Decide which method would be easiest to solve, graphing, substitution, or elimination, and solve. So number 1, Kaylee is making goodie bags for Valentine's Day filled with chocolates and candy. Chocolates cost $2.50 per pound, and candy costs $3 per pound. Write an equation showing that Kaylee spent a total of $40 on chocolates and candy. So using the information that we know chocolate costs $2.50 per pound. So for every pound of chocolate, it'll be $250. So X is really going to be the number of pounds of chocolate. So if she bought 1 pound, we'd put a 1 for X. If she bought 2 pounds, it'd be 2. If she bought 3 pounds, it'd be 3. And then candy costs $3 per pound. So for candy, we'll use Y. So we'll say candy is Y. And that Y would be the pounds of candy. So again, if she bought 1 pound of candy, it'd be $3. If she bought 2 pounds of candy, it'd be $6. And so forth. So to write an equation showing that Kaylee spent a total of $40, she would spend $2.50x for however much chocolate she buys, plus that $3.50 or $3 for each pound of candy, so $3 Y, and then that will equal those $40 total. So you can write that there, or you can write that in this equation 1 blank, because we do need that equation. And then part B, write an equation showing that Kaylee bought a total of 15 pounds of chocolate and candy. So we know that X is pounds of chocolate, so X would be pounds of chocolate, plus Y for that pounds of candy. So however many pounds of chocolate, if she bought 5 pounds of chocolate, she'd have to buy 10 pounds of candy, because we know total she bought 15 pounds. So this would be equal to 15. Now that we have two equations, we get to solve them. Now you get to choose your method. If you choose graphing, there was a coordinate plane on your paper for you to choose. You can choose substitution, or you can choose elimination. I am going to choose elimination because both equations are set in standard form. So they're going to be really nice to solve using elimination. So I am going to rewrite our two equations, making them nice and even. Now if you remember, if there's only an X, there's a number 1 there, and a Y, there's a number 1 there. So to eliminate, we need opposites. We need opposites, and I'm going to use 3 because it's a nice whole number. The opposite of 3 is -3. So I want to change this 1 right there to a -3 by multiplying the entire equation by -3. -3 times 1 is -3x. -3 times 1y is -3y. And -3 times 15 is -45. Now, using our top equation that I'm going to rewrite here in red, we can add up our two equations. -3 plus 250x is -50 cents x. Feel free to use your calculator if you need to. The calculators are available. Use them as needed. -3 plus 3, that eliminates, that cancels, that makes 0. That was our goal because we are using elimination. Equals -45 plus 40 is -5. So now we know that -50 cents x equals -5. We'll divide by -0.5. Divide by -0.5. Again, feel free to use your calculator to do -5 divided by -0.5. And we find out that x equals 10. Now, if you remember, we are not done because we need a solution. We need a coordinate point. We need an x and y pairing. X is 10, so we need to know what y is. So in choosing my equation to use for the second one, I'm going to use x plus y equals 15 because there's no numbers in front of the letters, which will make it easier. If I know x is 10, which means I bought 10 pounds of chocolate. That's a lot of chocolate. Plus y equals 15, we should be able to figure out that y needs to be 5 to make that true because 10 plus 5 equals 15. So our solution here would be 10, 5. That is how you're going to do the entire worksheet. You have 3 more situations, which I'm going to read through with you and give you some pointers, and then you get to work. Question 2 on the back of the first page. At Bianca's Mexican, I'm not going to even try to say that because I'm going to butcher it, so I apologize for not being able to pronounce that. But at her restaurant, the cost for a breakfast taco and small glass of milk is $2.10. So we know breakfast taco, maybe we say that's X, and small glass of milk, maybe we say that's Y, but that's going to be $2.10. So that could be equation 1. So something equals $2.10. The cost for 2 tacos, so 2 X's, and 3 small glasses of milk, so 3 Y's, is $5.15. So something equals $5.15. Write a pair of equations to determine T, the cost of a taco. Well, we said that was X, so we'll change that to X, the cost of a taco, and M, or Y, the cost of a small glass of milk. Warning, decimal answers. We're working with money. Money often uses decimals, so it's okay if we get some decimal answers. So you are going to write your equations, choose your method. You can choose to graph, substitute, or eliminate. I would say elimination would be the best method, but it's up to you. You get to choose. Solve them. Write your solution, X, Y. Next question 3. Problem 3 is IKEA is going to hire a makeup artist for a fashion show and is comparing prices. Simon charges $20 as a booking fee and additional $35 per hour. So equation 1 is going to be the equation for Simon, how much she charges. So this is actually going to be a little different, so I'm going to walk you through writing this equation. Y equals, she charges $20 as a booking fee. So if you remember $20, that's just a one-time fee. So she's going to have to pay $20. But additionally, so we're adding 2 things, she charges $35 per hour. Now if you remember, per means we're multiplying. So $35 per hour, so 35 per however many hours, so X is going to be the number of hours, plus that $20 for booking fee. $20 is just a one-time that confirms your appointment, that makes sure Simon is available to come, and then for every hour she's there doing the makeup, it's going to be $35. Now for the second equation, we have Miriam charges $40 per hour plus a booking fee of $10. So Miriam, her cost is going to be $40 per hour. So X is still that hour, so 40X, plus, add sign, a booking fee of $10. So that would be Miriam's equation. Depending on the length of the show, the cost could end up being the same for either artist. How long would the show be? We really only want the X value for that question, but I do want you to solve for X and Y just to get that practice. So choose your method to solve, graphing, substitution, or elimination. For this one, graphing or substitution would be the easiest, but if you look at your graph, we don't really go up to 40 or 35, 20 or 10, so you would have to scale the graph. So your choice, pick your method. And last, Mrs. Layton is going to hire a plumber to do some work in her home. Bob's Plumbing charges $30 for a house call and an additional $25 per hour. Writing those equations is very similar to problem 3. So you're going to have Y equals for Bob's Plumbing. Figure out how much he charges per hour and add on that charge for a house call. And then we have equation 2, Casey's Plumbing. And that's also going to be Y equals something. He charges $100 for a house call and an additional $15 per hour. How many hours will the cost be the same? So how many hours would they both have to spend in your house for the cost to be exactly the same? That's what your solution is going to tell you. Solve for X to get the hours. Solve for Y to get the total cost. And then on this problem, you have some bonus questions. Bonus question 1. If Miss Layton needs 10 hours of work done, which plumber would be better? So remember, hours in our problem was going to be the x variable. So we're saying if x equals 10, which plumber would be better? Which plumber would cost less? Justify your answer. You can justify it by showing your work. And then bonus question number 2. So question 1, question 2. If Mrs. Layton needed only 4 hours of work, hours is still x, which plumber would be better? Again, you can justify your answer by showing your work.